Okay, good morning, friends. It is Monday, March 1st, and welcome back to CrivCast, a Pokemon podcast. I am your host, the one, the only, Criv Gaming. There has been a lot of news going on today in the Pokemon world, and we will absolutely get to it. But there's a lot to talk about. But before we do, as y'all know, we have our general breakdown of how this podcast goes. So let's go ahead and kick things off with a little bit of Tell Me Something Good.
Tell me something good.
Okay, beautiful. In today's Tell Me Something Good, first off, we want to give a massive thank you and a massive props because actually our guest today, as well as a fellow streamer, raised over $2,000 for his charity that he was raising for, and he's going to give a little more information on what that was when we bring him into this. But first off, holla at that. Also want to give some shout outs. We know a lot of places in the U.S. are starting to open back up. People are starting to be able to see family again, and that is great. So shout out to everybody there, as well as welcome to our new affiliate friends. But yeah, that's what we got for Tell Me Something Good. Nothing too crazy this week, but friends, it's always good to start the week off with a little something good.
Tell me something good.
Okay. So normally now we go into our news segment, but really our entire segment today is that news segment. So I am excited to welcome our guest to be joining us today. Again, as I said, the one, the only AZ99Raven. Raven, you are now live on screen. How are you doing today, my friend? Welcome.
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing good. Can't complain. It is a great day here in Criv World. First off, Raven, tell me a little bit about yourself, and then go ahead and get into the charity that you raised money for this past weekend.
So I'm AZ99Raven. I am a Twitch streamer, Twitch affiliate. I play a lot of video games. I smoke a lot of cigarettes, which you should not smoke. Just a quick FYI. And we raised over $2,000 for the Dell's Children Medical Center of Central Texas through Extra Life. We were actually number one in Texas for all the day until a team came in and knocked us out of the place, and that's fine. They raised way more than we did, and I'm very grateful that they did.
Hey, but you know what? At the end of the day, that's still $2,000 more for a great cause. So first off, thank you very much for running that. I was glad I was able to stop by with that. It was a great stream. For those of you who have not already, below in the description will be Raven's information on his stream. Again, he is a variety streamer. He's hopefully going to get into some Pokemon. He's not a Pokemon streamer, but he does have some history with Pokemon, which is why he is here and why we are going to be talking through some of the remakes. But Raven, before we get to that, favorite Pokemon, favorite gen?
Bulbasaur Gen 1. I'm an oldie. I'm an old man. I got an original Game Boy Color blue version back in like 1996, 97, whenever it first came out for Christmas. And yeah, even in competitive, Venusaur, Special Defense. Come at me, bro. Sup?
Pokemon community, he is a Gen 1er. This video just got like 50,000 dislikes on it. It is what it is, though, friends. Not a problem. But today has been a huge week for the Pokemon community. Pokemon 25th anniversary happened. We had Pokemon Day here on Saturday. We are going to get to the games that came out, because that's, of course, the most important part. But I want to talk about a couple other things in the Pokemon world that has been happening. And we talk about this just about every single week that we do the podcast, because something else is happening with it. Let's start with the trading card game. So, a new Pokemon card set has come out. For those of you who do not know, it is Shining Fates. For those of you that remember what Hidden Fates was, that came out earlier in the year, you could get the Shiny Charizard, all that other stuff. People were crazy for it. This is sort of a kind of remake on that set. Currently, the boxes originally retail for about $60 for an Elite Trainer box that are currently selling for like $200 because scalpers are going through it. Again, scalpers are continuing to ruin the trading card game. Raven, do you have any thoughts on that? You're not a Pokemon card collector yourself necessarily, but I'm sure you've experienced scalpers in some way of your life previously.
Oh yeah. From anything to Broadway tickets to friggin' back in the day when I was really doing Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic, like I hate them. I don't really have any kind words for him. It's frustrating because all you're doing, you're effing up the market, and inevitably when more product comes out, your product's not going to go down in cost anyway. So it's like, there's no point. It's a quick buck. It's a quick buck for the sake of being a dick.
So something that I actually found interesting, and this is the first time I had run across it. I went to the mall with my wife this week. There was a chain store there for like some sort of board game store. And I was like, you know what? I'm curious, because you never know. At this point, I'm checking literally everywhere I possibly can for Pokemon cards because they are not easy to find. I walk in, sure enough, they have a huge stack of them behind the counter. I'm like, I'm going to buy these people out. Like, I'll spend $60 a box. I don't care. And I go, I'm like, hey guys, what are your costs on that? They're like, oh yeah, $200 for the Elite Trainer box. This is a retail location, a chained retail location. This is not, so they got their cards from Pokemon as a distributor, where they probably paid, let's say, $40 to $30 a box, and they marked them up to $200. That is the first time I had seen a retail location get in on the scalping, like a chained retail location. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that.
It was absolutely ridiculous. I honestly should have left a review or something and trashed them, but I'm not that kind of person. I'm going to take to Yelp and bring them down. No, I don't care that much. But I was just like, I walked in and I was just like, oh yeah, hey, how much are your Elite Trainer boxes? They're like, $200. I was like, yeah, have a good day. Thank you. We turned around and left and walked out. It was ridiculous. It is what it is. But so that is number one. Number two that came through, there was a Post Malone concert that happened. Did you see any part of this, Raven?
No.
Okay. So,
absolutely not.
Post Malone, they were advertising a very large concert. Post Malone's going to do this big concert for Pokemon. Okay, first off, Post Malone was not live in any of this. This was clearly a animated dub to a recording of his song. It was not even him in person. They made an animated Post Malone and basically traveled him through the Pokemon world. Now, I will say, the graphics and that sort of thing, getting to see all the Pokemon, it was cool. But two major things. It was 12 minutes long. They've been hyping this for months. It was 12 minutes long. And it was 2 songs, and it wasn't even in person. I was just, again, you're in entertainment, Raven. I was just disappointed. You know what I mean? And I'm not a Post Malone fan. I was not. If it was an hour, I would not have sat there and watched the entire thing. But I was just looking at the hype and the money they put behind this for 12 minutes of an animated person singing something he probably was just his original studio recording.
I think that's just the way that they're trying to go now with some of this stuff. Like we saw it with Katy Perry earlier. Yeah. Phantasy Star Online did something very similar for its launch, where they had some sort of live concert. I think Travis Scott did something in Fortnite or something like that. Like, that's just going to become the new norm, I think.
I don't love it. We both love live performances. We both love live performances. We both perform live through the theater and stuff like that. So seeing a lot of this stuff coming through where it's animated, it's pre-recorded, I don't love it. I feel like, I'm not saying these people are not talented. They are very talented, but show it off. You can make me sound good in a studio. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. That was the second thing. So Pokemon 25 years, again, big deal going on here, friends. We're super excited about that. We got 3, well, really 2.5 confirmations because we knew Pokemon Snap was coming. Did you play the original Pokemon Snap ever, Raven?
I did, on the original N64.
Okay. What were your thoughts on the original one?
Very frustrating.
Okay.
Very frustrating. Back in the day, the controls were very clunky. Sometimes you would get a clear shot of a Pokemon and it just wouldn't register. There were times you had to throw. I think you had to throw berries or apples at Pokemon at times. Yeah, and that always just kind of felt weird. And as a whole, the game was entertaining, but it also, at the time, it was competing with Pokemon Stadium. And Pokemon Stadium is, bar none, still one of my favorite Pokemon games of all time.
Can't touch it. I agree. I love Pokemon Stadium. I still play Pokemon Stadium. Absolutely.
I wish I could.
So, some of the things, did you see? I don't have the video here. We have the 2 other hype videos. The Pokemon Snap one was too long. I didn't feel like editing it down. Did you see the intro video for the new Pokemon Snap?
I did. I watched it. I don't... At this given point in time, I don't feel like there's going to be a huge difference other than more Pokemon. It feels more or less like the same, because we haven't seen a game like that in years.
Correct.
So there's no real formula for the Pokemon Company to really kind of, work off of or adapt to in modern games. Hopefully it's smoother
Yeah, I think
That'd
it
be
will.
my one concern.
I think it will definitely be smoother. I don't have any questions about that. I'm probably gonna buy it, but I was talking to my wife about this yesterday because she was like, "Hey, I see Pokemon a lot in the news," and she was just curious how it was going on. And I feel like it's going to be one of those games that I play once and I never touch again.
I'd be in the same boat. I absolutely would be in the same boat.
I think it's something I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be cool. Maybe my wife will play it. I don't know. Again, so what they've basically added is, again, you can now make the Pokemon glow with some special orb. They've added a bunch of new Pokemon, or their moves have changed. I look back to the original Pokemon Snap and some of the things, like, yes, you would have to throw the fruit. Like, one of the things is you'd have to lead a Magikarp to the waterfall. The Gyarados would come out of the waterfall. I remember that, so that's one that sticks out to me. You could get Pikachu on the surfboard. I think it's going to be interesting. Again, they're probably going to get my $60 because it's Nintendo and I give them all my money. But I don't think it's going to be a game that lives that long. But I don't even think the original Pokemon Snap lived that long. No. The thing I can see, and be ready for this, friends, because I don't know if they've announced this. This is a retail play for Pokemon. Because I bet they're going to come out with some sort of way that you can buy the picture, put it on a t-shirt, put it on something, and buy it. I would be shocked if long-term, that's not a thing. If they aren't, they're missing it, because I know they would make a crap ton of money off of literally nothing. They have to do no work, but have somebody print an image on a t-shirt. I could see that definitely turning out to be a thing. I think the retail play is the way they should go with it, just from being a business person. But I don't think this game is going to live on for eternity as the best Pokemon game to come through at all.
Oh no.
But
No. And I think one really good pool that they could have for Snap, if they wanted to do so, if they weren't already planning on doing so, pictures you take, add filters, get those printed on shirts.
Yeah.
Have
Well,
your own stuff.
you can add filters. They did announce that in the game. You can add stickers and filters, and you can snip the Pokemon out and put them in different areas. And
there we go. Yeah.
It's basically so all you Instagram models out there who no filter, yet it's obvious. Now's your time. You can no filter a Pokemon too, and very clearly filter the hell out of that Pokemon. It'll be interesting. Where's the Angry Criff sticker quam? I like that one. So Pokemon Snap is coming through. That one's coming soon. I think it's here in a couple months. I think it's May. But there were two other games that I have very, very strong feelings on. So we are actually going to roll the promo trailer for the first. For those of you who did not know, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl is being remade. Shocker. If you've been under a rock for the last couple days, this is going to be the first time you heard about it. Before I get into much more than that, we're going to go ahead and roll the clip for Diamond and Pearl. Okay, so it's just a channel trailer, or not a channel trailer, a promo trailer. Again, I'm pretty sure on that one it even says no game, may not be actual gameplay. Let's start. There's a lot to unpack with this one, so let's go ahead and start with the most obvious: the graphics changes to it. So the characters are in, I believe. Again, I apologize. I'm not an anime person. I don't even know what the hell this means. Chibi style. I think that means they're the little short people.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
So, honestly, I'm totally fine with it. I have no problem with it. The chibi art style, because they're making it 3D, and also because the Pokemon Company is not the one who developed the remake. It was ILCA, ICL, one of those two. The same people who made Pokemon Home. Because it was essentially a third party who developed it, I have no problem with them taking on this new art form.
Right.
So I think the closest thing I think Pokemon's had, was it X and Y maybe? That was like similar.
Yes,
in
it
art
was
style,
chibi-ish.
kind of.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like a weird hybrid.
Yeah.
That freaked me out. This, as someone who does watch a lot of anime, I'm fine with this. I'm okay with it. As long as the game is the game, I do not care.
I got you.
And as long as it's not in 2D, I don't care.
Absolutely. So again, I agree. Again, I recently played Pokemon X and Y, and those characters were scary. And I'm an adult. Especially some of the evil ones. They did a good job of making those ones scary. I don't care. So here's the deal. The internet there are a couple major things that the internet's blowing up over, and this is one of them. People are like, you have all of this technology and you chose to make them chibi. Well, first off, you look at the original graphics in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. They are essentially 2D chibis. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? They're not 3D. If you literally just puffed those characters out, they would be chibi. They would not grow to 6 feet tall. It's what it is. I mean,
yeah, I agree. I just never thought about that.
Feed them all a bunch of cookies, and that's what you get. You get some chibis. But like, I don't care. The only thing I do not love is there's a disconnect, and we will get to this a little bit more. There's a disconnect between the chibi style in the game and the actual characters in the battle animations.
Yes.
Do I care that much that I'm like, I'm not buying the game? No. Makes literally zero difference. But if we're going to nitpick, because that's what we're doing, we're going to nitpick it. The battle animations do not match. I think there's a continuity error there. But as a whole, I don't mind the design. I think it matches what a Pokemon world should look like. Now, we were spoiled and we had Pokemon Sword and Shield. And we have Legends of Arceus coming after, but which we'll get to. And those are the more human-like, and I think people were expecting that, and when it wasn't that, people got a little upset. But, again, my argument is you have the battle animations that are still that expanded form, full-form Pokemon, full-form people, that you get in half of it. Don't complain that much, you know what I mean? People are on the, I'm not buying this game because of this, and that's fine. Second thing that I would like to bring up is this is a remake of a game.
Yeah.
The internet is currently losing their mind because there's an argument that there should be more than just a Diamond and Pearl remake in a Diamond and Pearl remake. They want added Pokemon, they want different trainers, they want different gym leaders. I have very strong feelings on this. You go first, though.
Look, I've been through these emotions and these feelings already once before with Final Fantasy VII, and Final Fantasy VII turned out great. It really did. It was not what I fully wanted, but I mean, all in all, it was a great game. Like 10 out of 10, I'd recommend.
Right.
In this kind of given instance, we don't have enough info on the remakes to make those calls yet. Again, because it's being made by ILCA, or I will never get their name right.
I don't even remember it, but yes, it's made by a different company.
Yes. And because they're the ones who also made Pokemon Home, I would go out of my way to assume we probably will see some kind of Pokemon Home integration. Now, I know we're not getting a lot of features like things from Gen 8, but there's still going to be a lot of quality of life improvements from the original. It's not going to be like a complete remake, but it's going to be a remake that feels better, feels cleaner, feels smoother in 3D, which includes more range of movement as well.
Right.
So I think it would be almost naive of us to assume that it's going to be a complete 100% remake. There's going to be some surprises in there for us, for sure. And for diehard Pokemon fans, they'll find them.
Yeah.
And it'll be great.
Yeah.
For the naysayers, don't buy the game, I guess. I mean, like, I don't know what to tell them other than their complaints are kind of invalid. Exactly.
So, as far as that goes, because there's been a lot on this, and there's been a lot in multiple Discords I'm in, and even in where I've been trolling Reddit, which don't troll Reddit, it's a mess. So you of course will get the introduction of fairy typing, which was introduced in Gen 6. Fairy types will bleed down into the Gen 4 remakes. And there will be some form, likely, of Dynamaxing, because that's similar to what they did with Z moves or Megas or whatever in the remakes that matched those. So there are going to be other introductions. But This is a remake of a game.
Yeah.
This is not This is not like a sequel. This is not a prequel. This is a... If I'm buying this game, I want to play Diamond and Pearl. If you want to catch the other 600 Pokemon, buy the other games. That's where they're in. This is Diamond and Pearl. I expect there to be Diamond and Pearl Pokemon. I should not be doing this whole damn game with a Charmander. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of the things that I feel very strongly about, is they want everything, and then they're going to complain that the next game that comes out, that, oh, well, you didn't give me enough new Pokemon because I've been using all of these 800 Pokemon in the last 3 games you put out. Heck, I can't say the F word. We're going to be on YouTube. I can't say the F word. What the heck? Like, come on. What are you thinking with this? Again, it's the fact that everybody on the internet is not going to be happy. They never are going to be happy with games. And I challenge anybody out there. You give me one game of a large franchise that when it launched, it was 100% perfect, no bugs. They did everything that every person in the community wanted. Raven, you got anything off the top of your head?
Persona 5.
I've never played that game, I don't know. I've never even heard of that.
It's the only game that I played that when it came out. I was like, this is done. Perfect, done.
I look at it like, again, what was Cyberpunk is a game that recently came out that people were hyping. Hyped about. It crashed and burned.
Yep.
There are other games, and I'm a big World of Warcraft fan. How are my World of Warcraft players out there? This is Blizzard, who is a billion-dollar company and still can't get it right. You're gonna yell at me, or not? You're not gonna yell at me. You're gonna sit here and complain because, again, another video game does not have every single thing you want. Here's my challenge then to all of you people out there talking. Within the next 4 years, you better have a degree in game design, and you better be applying for those jobs. You clearly know best. You go do it. While the rest of us are gonna give them our money, and we're gonna play the damn games that they launch with, and we're just gonna be happy with it. Because it's still going to be a good game. It's still going to be a Pokemon game. I just think people need to remember, and I make my Twitch living off of playing Pokemon. This is a game made for 10-year-olds. This is not a game made for 26-year-olds. Or 30-year-olds or 50-year-olds or I realize we grew not 50, you're like 30, whatever.
I raised my hand at 30. I definitely
stayed up for
go
50.
up on 50 and I was like, oh no.
Raven is not 50. I think it is important that we keep things in perspective. That these games are made for children. We are playing children's games, and that's okay. And we're allowed to get joy out of it because it's the nostalgia factor that brings us back. But stop trying to make this something it is not. It is still Pokemon.
Yep.
At the end of the day, it is still Pokemon. So, Diamond and Pearl, I had something else for Diamond and Pearl because this was important. I'm blanking on what it was. This is why Criv's supposed to write down everything he has. Okay, well, a little bit of it. So, I do like they did introduce slightly an open world concept with it. I'm going to be interested to see if the Pokemon are truly crawling around. I think they are like they are in Sword and Shield. It's going to change the way as a Nuzlocker I approach the game as well, if I choose to Nuzlocke, because I can pick my encounters at that point. So I think it sort of is going, if that is truly introduced, which I think it is, it's going to make our lives quite a bit easier, especially as we go through Nuzlocking it. I think the idea of introducing Wonder Trades or Pokemon Home or that sort of thing is definitely going to make that change. Again, I'm excited to be able to start collecting all 800 and some Pokemon. That's one thing I'm excited with this remake. I don't have a 3DS. I don't plan on buying one. So Sun and Moon, I'm going to have to deal with whatever I can get off the other Pokemon. But as a Pokemon player who has just recently got back into Pokemon within the last year, I'm excited to be able to restart that collection. I think it's going to be good. Overall, I'm not upset with it. Everybody's been demanding a Diamond and Pearl remake. Here's your Diamond and Pearl remake. Let's work with it.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat. Like, I've been debating getting a Switch for a while, and I couldn't, honestly, there's not a whole lot on it that would really make me buy a Switch. Because I already bought, when I originally bought my PS4 years ago, it was literally just for Persona 5 and .hack.
Okay.
This might get me to buy a Switch.
Oh, yeah?
Genuinely, this might, yeah. Arceus, which we'll talk about in a second here as well, is another thing I'm really interested about. But I haven't played Diamond and Pearl since I was in high school, dude. I want to play it again.
So Diamond and Pearl is actually, I did not play Diamond and Pearl till about a year and a half ago. I happened.
Ooh.
So basically, maybe it was like 2 years. 2 years and a little bit. So basically, the way I got into Diamond and Pearl on my end is my wife and I went to Hawaii for our honeymoon, and I needed something to do on the plane. Because it's like an 8-hour plane ride. I wasn't going to pay for Wi-Fi because I'm a cheap ass. So I went to GameStop, and this was before Pokemon craze hit. Now, if you try to buy these games at GameStop, they're like $50, $60 still.
Yep,
I think that was the only one they had on the shelf for the DS or whatever. I was like, I've never played it. Sure, so we'll give it a try. So I played through Pearl, I think. I don't remember. I think I played through Pearl. But that was kind of my introduction into Diamond and Pearl. They kind of reintroduced me to the Pokemon world as an adult. And that was the first time I really dove into it. So, but I feel you. So, I mean, again, I have a Switch. First off, good luck finding a Switch to buy. Second off, I have a Switch, and I'm pretty sure I have Pokemon and Animal Crossing, and that's it. So I feel you buying a system for like 2 games. And I don't even play Animal Crossing. I played Animal Crossing once. My wife plays it, but so it makes her happy. But okay.
It's awesome.
So that is Diamond and Pearl. Again, feel free, chat, or people on YouTube, comment with what you think about Diamond and Pearl below. I'm interested to hear it. Again, if you have strong feelings one way or another, be ready to back them up. Saying something looks dumb is not being able to back it up. Don't be an internet troll. Nobody likes you if you're an internet troll. So, with that, we're going to now roll. They announced a second and a half, whatever the hell you want to call it, a third game, also part of Pokemon Direct, Pokemon 25, which was Legends of Arceus, whatever. I should know how to say these words. I don't know. But we are going to roll this clip and give you a little introduction into a new style of Pokemon. Okay. First impression.
I'm scared.
What are you scared of?
So open world games like that are great. I love them. My concern, first and foremost, is how they're going to make it work on a technical level. Some of the combat stuff they showed off was very basic.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot of, I guess, like power moves shown off, so you didn't see things like Ice Beam or Hyper Beam or anything like that. And especially with games of that nature, sometimes when you have either too many entities around, too many things that are loaded, and then you put something like that, like a Hyper Beam or whatever it might be, you're going to deal with frame drop, game crashes, which, as in my experience, Pokemon has never really been an issue.
Right.
Every Pokemon game I've played, with the exception of the fan-made stuff like Uranium, they've, been very stable, very solid games in terms of how they deal with their core mechanics and their core like code.
Right.
And so from what I've seen so far, I'm a little worried, especially since they said like 2 or 3 times, not actual gameplay footage, or this is a work in progress, or whatever that little disclaimer is in the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Past that, I think on a lore standpoint, I'm super excited.
Okay.
Are they finally gonna explain how Pokeballs work?
No.
No.
Of course
That's
they
all
are.
I want. I hope so. I hope they do, because those Pokeballs look old.
Yeah.
They look ancient.
They do. So I think this is awesome because this is the first time that they have really... We've had island-to-island lore with Pokemon. And again, you mix that with what went on in the anime. But there is very little definition of a lot of like old stuff. You know what I mean? Like the pre stuff, like exactly what this is. Where did, you know what I mean? We have the lore of like Arceus created Mew and Palkia and Dialga and all. I don't even know it all. I should know a lot more than I do. But how did we even get to where we are? Again, there's conspiracy theories and stuff that we'll talk about in later podcasts and stuff like that. But I think it's important to start defining what all this happened. And I think you look a lot in other franchises. Like, let's talk, Marvel's a big one right now. WandaVision is huge on Netflix, for those of you that have watched it. It gives insight into backstories and stuff like that, which continues to grow out the universe. And I think that's very important to do with something like Pokemon. Because, yes, they could continue just to pump out games. Sword and Shield, and the next one could be, I don't even know, different gens, and roll with it. But I think it's interesting because they're condensing a lot of gens. I think they're giving us a backstory and letting us more into the history of Pokemon. And I think they're setting themselves up to be able to make more games that go into the history of Pokemon, which I think is important. Let's talk about the design of the game a little bit. And you touched on it briefly. So everybody was hyped because they thought this was a Legend of Zelda, Blessing of the Windseeker, whatever the hell it is.
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild, yeah, Breath of the Wild intro, and really they were looking at a Pokemon leak.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on the design and the open world concept? So I'll start this off because you kind of talked about being concerned about, the moves and stuff like that. My two questions are, one, how open world is open world? Because they have an open world concept with Sword and Shield, but it is very defined. Very defined. Yep. And again, that's inside a gen. That is not the point of that game. The second one is as far as game design. You know what I mean? I think the battle animations are basic to start. But I think it'll be interesting to be able to have more combat-based Pokemon games rather than move-based Pokemon games.
Yeah. I don't know. If it is like combat and less here's a move, go do it, I'll be more excited than I am. Okay. Like I am because I am excited for the game. Right. I really am. There's a lot of lore to be found there. There's a lot of answers to questions for the past 25 years. The overall design wise, I just hope that the world is actually big enough, because I think Legends Arceus is I think it's taking place in the Sinnoh region as well.
It's Sinnoh as well, yes.
It is Sinnoh as well. So I hope they do kind of embrace the size of Sinnoh versus try and minimize the setting in favor of either the combat mechanics or the characters. Okay. Because I think that if they did that, they'd hurt themselves a lot more than they would help themselves.
Right. No.
If that makes sense.
Absolutely. And I think, like I said, so I think the design is good. I get Pokemon Go mixed with Let's Go Eevee vibes from it for sure. My question is, again, is there integration with Pokemon Home? Are we going to be catching other Pokemon that we can maybe? I don't think there should be. But
I don't think there should be either. I
could be wrong. I don't know. I don't play Pokemon Go. I don't think you do either if you ever have. I don't know if Pokemon Go... You do play Pokemon Go.
I was one of the first 5,000 people to download the app.
Oh, nice. I don't know. Is Pokemon Go able to be integrated with Pokemon Home?
At this point, I don't think so. It wasn't. I played it for about maybe 2 years, and then I got lazy and didn't want to walk places. Right. But they never integrated anything from the actual games into Pokemon Go. It's more been that Pokemon Go has been integrated into other
I guess that's true.
Pokemon games.
Right.
As far as I'm aware, Pokemon Home has never been associated with it. Also, because that would be really weird. That'd be really hard to do because Niantic isn't directly linked to ILCA or the Pokemon Company.
Right.
So I don't know how that would all work. I think Niantic just got hey, can we license Pokemon for this game? And they went,
sure.
Yeah, write a check.
Exactly. No, absolutely. I absolutely agree. And you brought up kind of being worried about moves and stuff. I mean, we even saw in the trailer, though, if you look very carefully, In one of the scenes where they're running up on the Chingling, which is that little bell Pokemon, it is glitching up and down. It's not like smooth. It's like boom, boom, boom.
I didn't see
boom,
that.
Boom.
Oh, no.
Go back and watch the video when you get a chance.
Okay.
If I could zoom this into a specific part, I would, but I don't want to screw with it. A Pokemon is actually not moving smoothly, which I think is interesting because I don't even think that's even hard to do. But they have a year to do this. They said Q1 or early 2022 release. That's a year plus. They could honestly launch this in April and still be early 2022.
I don't think they'll make it.
Who knows? I guess we'll see how Diamond and Pearl does if they need to.
Kind of, actually, yeah. That's like part of my reasoning is Diamond and Pearl. I think is definitely going to affect how they view and how they proceed with Arceus.
Exactly, and at the end of the day, they can just throw out another Sword and Shield expansion if they need to just keep everybody happy. I'm not sure. They do that. But I'm excited for this game. I like the open world concept. I hope the combat is what it needs to be. I'm interested to see what the catch mechanics are. As far as, how does that go? Because again, I have not played Let's Go Eevee. I played Pokemon Go for like a second, but that was even very different than this would be. I think it's going to be interesting to see how the catch mechanics go. And I am also interested by the 3 starters that they have chosen. So, Cyndaquil, Oshawott, and Rowlet. You probably have experience with like one of those. What are your thoughts?
So I'm going Cyndaquil, if anything. I don't know. That is the one thing from the trailer that I was kind of caught off guard by, because those were Cyndaquil was at least the starter for Gen 2.
Yeah, Gen 2 is Cyndaquil.
Gen 2.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm kind of curious to see how that ties in.
Okay.
Because to me it doesn't make sense.
So,
it seems like it was just there as a fan service.
I have some information from an inside source at Reddit on why they think they picked these starters. So the first one, if you look at the layout, you definitely get, and I'm gonna butcher this. Samurais are from Japan, right?
Yes.
Okay. You definitely get that vibe of that. Oshawott evolves into Samurott. Samurott.
Yeah.
Rowlet evolves into Decidueye, which is like a ghosted hand-to-hand combat fighter.
Oh, I know where this is going. Oh, no.
Typhlosion has some link to the word that Typhlosion is in, I believe, Japanese. Has something to do with another sort of fighter in that. I believe that, and that is where the rumors of why these starters were picked. What would your thoughts be with that backing behind it? Clearly, you're not thrilled by it, but
it's kind of like when you hear a really, really bad pun and you just kind of groan. That's my reaction to this, because that makes sense. I get it. Because if I remember, I think Sinnoh is supposed to be a very loose iteration of like what Hokkaido is in Japan.
Yep.
So it's not outside the realm of possibility. It makes sense. It just hurts my head to think about it.
I got you.
But if they look, if it's one of those things where it's like, if they make it work, if it makes sense, I'm okay with it. I don't care.
I got you.
If they did it just for the sake of, well, these kind of tie into blah 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 blah, it's like, okay, is there any other link? No, we thought it was funny.
Nope.
You're like, all right. It's like, all right, I'm gonna pick my Cyndaquil and I'm gonna go take out down the corner. Peace.
Exactly. So I'm interested to see how it works, because they've essentially introduced, this is supposed to be Sinnoh, but they've introduced other gens Pokemon into this. You know what I mean? So this could be the people's fight if they want all 800 Pokemon or whatever. This could be their opportunity, or maybe it gives us insight into which Pokemon evolved from other Pokemon. You know what I mean? I know they evolve in game, but let's talk evolution chain here. Which evolves into what? And I think it's going to be interesting because they have opened themselves up to now having to implement all the other gens into this, because they went 2, 6, and 7 for the starters for the gens, and Sinnoh is a Gen 4 game.
Yeah.
So that's 2, 4, 6, 7. Like, that's 4 of your 8. You're batting 50% right now in Pokemon you have now opened yourself up to have to include. So, I think it's interesting. But I definitely could see, and somebody just mentioned it in chat, maybe DLCs on this game as well to expand the open world. I think it'll be interesting.
Honestly, I won't be surprised if we do get DLCs for it, and the DLCs are Kanto, Johto.
Oh no. Take a boat and go back. Yeah, and also I'm an idiot. Oshawott is Gen 5, not Gen 6. Ignore me. I don't know Pokemon. My bad, chat.
There's 800 of them to keep track of, y'all. Give us a break.
Exactly. Oh, I don't even know half of them. It's fine. But okay, so I think it's interesting. I am excited for these releases because I think it opens them up to be able to do a lot in the future. Again, they have kind of confirmed, and I know they pretty much already did it anyway, that we will eventually see a remake of basically every single game Pokemon has made. It's gonna be a thing. Will they just do remasters again? Because we're even getting to the point where Fire Red and Leaf Green is a long way away. You know what I mean? That was a Nintendo DS, I think. Are they gonna literally hit a point and start relaunching again for current systems? I don't know.
Fire Red and Leaf Green, I think, were actually GBA.
They were Game Boy Advance. You're right.
I think they
right.
were.
Not
like
DS.
The original.
They were GBA. Yeah.
That took me a second to remember.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. They were exactly. They were Game Boy Advance games. So we're wrapping back around here. I think it's going to be interesting, but I think they've essentially locked themselves in now to have to continue to remake these games. At what rate do they do it remains to be seen, because this will kind of be interesting with the timing wise. Because if you go with the general timing of Pokemon, does that mean a year and a half from now we're slated for Gen 9? Because if you look at the timeline for when they start launching remakes and stuff like that based off the original games, that's when a proper timeline would be. I don't know. I don't necessarily want that. I don't think we need that. I think they can go more of these branched off games with the ability to expand graphics and stuff like that, but what kind of precedent are they setting for themselves here?
I think with Legends, I mean, the fact that Legends has a subtitle, which is Arceus, we're probably going to see a franchise of Legends games by itself.
More than likely.
Or at least like a trilogy or something. So we'll probably get like, one of them's going to be Arceus, another one might be, I'm trying to think of like, maybe Mew, maybe Jirachi or
Celebi. Or Jirachi, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like worst comes to worst, or maybe the sequel will be Giratina.
That's true, yeah.
So I think they've set themselves up for that. I don't know how long it's going to take for them to give us a Gen 9, though. I'm still hung up on the fact that we have a key Pokemon.
Yeah, they're going to have to get creative. They're going to have to get creative with how they go about this. I think it'll be interesting. Again, who knows what next year's Pokemon Direct is going to bring? Because by that point, we should have both these games pretty much out. Or even just based on their Nintendo Direct. Maybe they won't do a Pokemon Direct specific, but that's around the February timeframe. Legends of Arceus should be close, if not out already. Diamond and Pearl would have already launched. I really think we're going to get a new gen. I think they will announce a new gen probably to come through for 2023, would be my assumption. But it should be interesting. So, that is what we have as far as content for today's podcast. As I start flashing Pokemon codes in front of the screen, Raven, what do you have coming up on your stream?
I'm doing more Hollow Knight tonight, or on March 1st. I've got more giveaway stuff coming up on March 22nd. And I'm going to, at some point this month, I'm going to start Pokemon Reborn or Uranium.
Oh, so you are looking to get into the Pokemon world with us.
Yeah, I want to avoid the same games that most of y'all are playing, because I don't want to be compared, because it'll make me feel bad.
Now here's the deal. As you say that, and this goes for all viewers, and this goes for all people watching the YouTube video, there is no proper way, and I cover this a little bit in one of my series on YouTube at the moment. There's no proper way to do what we do. There are so many different iterations. There's so many different ways you can do it. First off, don't be a jerk and compare Pokemon streamers, because that's a little rude. And second off, don't ever go into somebody's chat and give them crap because they didn't follow a certain rule set you thought they should have. It's rude. It's unnecessary. Nobody's gonna like you for it. I probably already don't like you if you're even thinking that direction. It's just don't be that way. It's the world needs more positivity. Bring these people up. Don't put them down. I'm making sure. Okay. So friends, what we have today for our unboxing, if y'all didn't see, it's a little bit of an old one. We got a Sword and Shield Elite Trainer box. We are not going to be opening all of these packs because money. But again, you got all the pack arts here for Sword and Shield. The goal of this is to pull the golden Zamazenta and Zacian cards. As you can see, we got the card covers. If you collect codes, here's your code for the box. If it's going to focus, beautiful. And you got the normal crap that normally comes in this. Counters, energy cards, and some dice. So we are going to open a pack real quick. Raven.
Yes.
Before I do, when did you stop collecting Pokemon cards? How long did you collect Pokemon cards for?
I collected Pokemon cards from their inception till buddy. I think I collected them for about 3 or 4 years straight. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic the Gathering took a hold of my soul, and I never went back to Pokemon cards. But my brother, before, I'm not gonna bring the mood down, but we lost our house in 2017. My brother had a first edition holographic Charizard. Yeah.
Please tell me you dug through everything. I'm just kidding. No, but that's unfortunate. Again, it's unfortunate that even happened. I actually found out. Somebody had told me about that happened a couple days ago. I think I was in your stream, and you had mentioned it.
Yeah.
Was your whole card collection in that?
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
All my cards, my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Magic, Pokemon, everything.
That's disappointing because you could.
It really is.
Buy a new house with that Charizard card right now. Not to bring that mood there, but like.
Genuinely, actually, yeah, you could afford a house here in Texas with that card alone.
Oh my gosh. Well,
so you got down payment. Holds up Charizard card, smacks on a table in a hard case.
Walks away. I'll trade you.
Guy just goes.
Okay.
The real estate agent just goes. He is the one.
So. Let's go ahead, Raven. Since you're here, go ahead and guess the energy for this pack of cards.
Fire.
Wrong. Electric.
Damn it!
Nobody's ever been right on stream. It's okay. We got Rotom Bike. We got Big Charm. We got Seaking. We got Rhyhorn. We got Minccino. Sorry, reading's hard. We got Chinchou. Krogunk. Galarian Meowth. Reverse Vitality Band, and boo, a Sandaconda. I will tell you, I've had the worst luck with Pokemon cards here recently, but it is what it is. But friends, that is where we are at with our current Pokemon podcast. Raven, first off, I want to thank you for coming by. We've loved having you.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We'll have to do this again. Second off, Raven and I are going to be going into some Pokemon Showdown at some point, not today. It is a requirement of my mods that they have to play me in Pokemon Showdown. Ben destroyed me, which is on YouTube now. Echo, I destroyed. So, Raven, you kind of got to break this tie. Who's better, the mods or the Criv? It's going to be interesting to see where this lands. I apologize, but I'm probably going to wipe the floor with you.
Yeah, probably. I'm still struggling to remember how typing works.
Just remember, water beats fire, grass beats water.
Well, yeah.
No, but also, friends, if you have not already, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Definitely appreciate anything like that. Both mine and Raven's Twitch information will be in the description below, as well as our social media accounts. So if you have not already, make sure you drop both of us a follow. Again, Raven's going to be getting into some Pokemon content himself, but he is a variety streamer as well, so go check out. He does some awesome stuff there. Raven, when do you stream next?
4 hours.
Okay, he's streaming today. Okay, when do you stream this week? Because this video will not be on YouTube by then.
Oh yeah, so my current schedule is I stream 3 p.m. Central Standard Time to roughly around 7:30 Central Standard Time. I'll go longer if chat is alive and kicking. Or if I'm really dedicated to killing myself in something. But yeah, I try and be consistent. Some days it doesn't work, but most of the time I've been pretty good at keeping that schedule. I don't do morning streams because I can't wake up in the morning, and I don't do late night streams because then I just get too tired.
I got you.
So
I got you.
I found my sweet spot.
There you go. Okay, very good. Well, friends, as always, I appreciate everybody coming by. Just remember, guys, keep spreading the love. Do what you can to make the world a better place. And remember, it is a great day to make it a great day. Thank you for coming by. I hope everybody has a fantastic week, and we will see you in the next video.